China's population decline. The alarming statistics and implications for the future. Hello and welcome to another episode of China Record. Are you curious about the population decline in China and its implications for the country and the world? Look no further. In this video, we delve into the alarming statistics that show China's population falling for the first time since 1961. Not only does this mark a historic turning point for the country, but it also has profound implications for the economy and the world at large. We'll explore the reasons behind the decline, including the one-child policy, sky-high education costs, and the impact of COVID-19 policies. We'll also examine the potential consequences for China's economy and the global economy. Join us as we uncover the truth behind China's population decline and its potential impact on the future. The population history of China covers the long-term pattern of population growth in China and its impact on the history of China. The population went through a period of slow growth throughout the Han Dynasty 206 BC to 20 AD, when China was the most populous country in the world, peaking at 60 million. Historical fluctuations of growth and decline kept dynastic China's population between 37 and 60 million over a period of at least the next 1,000 years before the population began to increase rapidly. In the early years of the Ming Dynasty 136–1644, China's population began dramatic changes that continue to the present. The introduction of many crops from the New World that had come to Asia from the Americas via the Spanish colonizers, including potatoes and corn, led to a rapid increase in population, beginning in the late 1500s to early 1600s, during the Ming Dynasty. Between 1851 and 1949, a century of rebellion, social upheaval, and suffering, China's population base increased by only another 100 million on top of its 432 million base. After the Communist Revolution in 1949, Mao Zedong and Zhou Enlai both identified the need to control population growth as a key part of the Communist Party's ability to realize its central economic plans. This eventually led to the one-child policy. As we all know from this history until now, China, one of the most populous nations in the world, has seen a historic decline in its population for the first time in 60 years. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, the population fell by roughly 850,000 to 1.41 billion at the end of 2022. This decline is expected to continue for a prolonged period, with significant implications for the economy and the world at large. While experts predict that India will become the most populous nation in the world this year, we are going to make another video about India is taking over China on population, or even economic. The long-term outlook is even more grim, with the United Nations estimating that China's population will shrink by 109 million by 2050, more than triple the decline predicted in 2019. This has led domestic demographers to express concern that China will become old before it becomes rich, which will negatively impact the economy as revenues drop and government debt increases due to rising health and welfare costs. One of the major factors contributing to this decline is China's one-child policy, which was imposed between 1980 and 2015. The policy, which was implemented to curb population growth, had the unintended consequence of decreasing the number of potential parents, leading to a shortage of young people to support the elderly population. Additionally, sky-high education costs have also put many Chinese off having more than one child or even having any at all. The average cost of tuition a year in China is $2,200 compared to $8,240 for public and $28,500 for private schools in the United States. education in China is becoming increasingly expensive. In 2017, the average tuition fees in Chinese public universities ranged between $2,500 and $10,000 USD in an academic year. However, poverty caused by education in China remains a pressing issue, which is undoubtedly an unbearable burden for some poor Chinese families. Another factor that has contributed to the population decline is China's strict the 19th of June 19 policies, which have further damaged the country's demographic outlook. For example, the pandemic has caused many people to postpone or cancel their plans for marriage and children, contributing to the population decline. The total working-age population of China is estimated to be around 999 million people in 2017 and is expected to decrease to 896 million by 2037. The working-age population is defined as those aged between 15 to 64 years old. This decrease is inevitable as the majority of these people are already alive. The urban working-age population is projected to increase from 592 million in 2017 to 703 million by 2037. This increase is due to the rural-to-urban migration that continues to happen over that period. The employment rate in China is estimated to be around 67%, with the rural employment rate being 88%. The distribution of the workforce across economic sectors in China is highly varied, with the services sector taking up the majority of jobs. The number of employed persons in China is estimated to decrease from 759 million in 2017 to 661 million by 2037. A declining population will have a significant impact on China's economy. The most immediate effect will be a slowing of revenues. As the number of working-age people decreases, fewer people will be contributing to the economy through taxes and other forms of income. This will lead to a decrease in government revenues, which will in turn lead to an increase in government debt. In addition, the decrease in working-age people will lead to an increase in labor costs as the population shifts to providing care for the elderly, leading to further economic strain. The decrease in population growth will also lead to a decrease in the demand for goods and services, leading to a decrease in economic growth. The recent decline in China's population has significant ramifications not only for the domestic economy, but also for the global economy as a whole. As China's labor force shrinks, it will become more difficult for the country to fund its public health and welfare costs, suppressing its economy. This will have a knock-on effect on the global economy, as China is a major producer of goods and services that are exported around the world. In addition, China's shrinking workforce could lead to higher labor costs and a decrease in the demand for goods and services, both of which will have an impact on global economic growth. The demographic and economic outlook for China is increasingly bleak, and as such, it will be necessary for the country to implement adjustments to its social, economic, defense, and foreign policies in order to mitigate the negative effects of this population decline. Local governments have since 2021 rolled out measures to encourage people to have more babies, including tax deductions, longer maternity leave, and housing subsidies. President Xi Jinping also said in October the government would enact further supportive policies. However, these measures have done little to arrest the long-term trend. The population decline in China is a historic event with far-reaching implications for the country and the world. Factors such as the one-child policy, sky-high education costs, and strict the 19th of June 19 policies have all contributed to this decline. The government has implemented measures to encourage people to have more children, but so far, these have been ineffective in reversing the trend. It is important for the government to take a comprehensive approach to address the demographic challenges facing China. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next episode. Until then, stay tuned and good luck.